Imagine looking at like a hyper-complex architectural blueprint, right? You've got your load-bearing walls and these really intricate tension cables keeping the whole thing from collapsing.
Yeah, it's a massive structure.
Exactly. But then you zoom in and you realize those tension cables aren't even made of steel. They're actually made of syllables.
Right.
So, welcome to today's deep dive. We are exploring a highly technical guide to the songwriting and metrical systems of Kendrick Lamar.
And our mission today is to show you that his lyricism isn't just rap, you know. It's this rigorous scientific discipline that blends formal musicology, literature, and street realism.
Okay, let's unpack this because it is fascinating.
Well, to really get this, we have to look at the actual mathematics of tension.
Yeah.
The source breaks down this concept called rhyme periodicity.
Wait, hold on. Rhyme periodicity? I mean, that sounds like a physics term. Are you saying he's actually mapping out distances between words like a math equation before he writes?
I mean, yeah, that is basically the best way to describe it.
Right.
Periodicity is the mathematical distance between rhyming syllables.
Okay.
So when you decrease that distance, packing the rhymes closer and closer together, the metrical tension just spikes. It forces a really rapid, urgent cognitive pacing for you, the listener.
Oh, wow.
A massive example of this is actually his guest verse on Beyoncé's track, Freedom.
Oh, man. I know that verse. He starts by explicitly counting down, right? He says 10 Hail Marys, 9 News, and he goes down to 5. But then he stops using numbers. So how does the math keep going?
He shifts into syllabic restrictions instead.
Wait, really?
Yeah. He stops saying the numbers and restricts his phrases to exactly 4 syllables, then 3 syllables, then 2, one ending on this complete silent omission of the anticipated word, freedom.
That is wild.
And that silence actually functions mathematically as a 0.
It's exactly like a cinematic ticking time bomb. It acts as this subconscious rhythmic cliffhanger that drives up your heart rate and you don't even realize you are literally experiencing a math equation.
Right. Because the math is controlling that pacing. The actual physical sounds of the words have to carry the emotional weight.
Okay, so how does he do that?
Well, the lyricist treats words as physical percussive elements. The source calls this phonetic engineering. Take the track DNA, for example. He relies heavily on plosive P and hard B consonants. Think of words like power, poison, pain.
Oh, yeah, because you literally have to force a buildup of air out of your mouth to even say those words.
Exactly. If you're listening to this in your car right now, you might just be nodding your head to the beat, completely unaware that your physical response is being manipulated by those specific consonants.
That is so crazy.
That sudden release of air pressure acts as a literal vocal snare drum, conveying this raw physical aggression. And what's fascinating here is how these physical sounds pair with multi-level entendres.
Wait, so how does a physical sound translate into an actual lyrical message? Give me an example of that.
Look at the track. Not like us. There's that line where he says, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Oh, right, yeah.
It operates flawlessly as a musical structure. He is striking a literal chord on the guitar and delivering that vocal snare hit, while simultaneously making a severe legal accusation about underage individuals.
Wow.
So it's acoustic physics and a multi-layered indictment all at the exact same time.
Okay, so if he's using syllables to control the pacing and consonants to act as a drum kit, what happens when he applies this to an entire song layout?
Well, it completely destroys traditional song structures. In Swimming Pools, he abandons the normal verse-hook layout. The song is built as this suffocating, repetitive loop.
Oh, because that repetitive loop mimics the actual neurological loop of addiction. It physically immerses you in the feeling of peer-pressured alcoholism.
It traps you, yeah. And that feeling of being trapped isn't just about partying. He uses these exact same suffocating structures to explore much deeper spiritual warfare.
Right.
He does something radical here by bringing Sunday morning church confessions directly into gang culture storytelling. He's exploring this neo-secular sacred framework.
Right, so the sacred and the profane are put in direct conversation with each other. Because traditional hip-hop usually demands this performance of total invincibility.
Exactly, but instead, true spiritual sincerity replaces it. He drops the protective K-Dot moniker to rap under his birth name, openly displaying his moral failures in the brutal war between the spirit and the flesh.
Yeah.
He's showing that exposing your darkest dualities is far more powerful than pretending to be bulletproof.
So what does this all mean for us? I mean, we have an artist weaponizing math to control our pulse, using physical air pressure as a drum kit, and bending song structures to expose pure human vulnerability.
It means we have to recognize the human voice as a highly malleable theatrical instrument. Knowing this underlying architecture,
Yeah.
it will completely change how you consume media. You'll start to hear the scaffolding behind the words.
Which honestly leaves you with a pretty wild question to think about. If rhyme periodicity and phonetic engineering can mathematically manipulate our heart rates and emotions in a song, how might these exact same linguistic tension-building techniques be secretly operating in the political speeches and marketing campaigns we hear every single day?
Right. I mean, are you just listening to a message, or are you being mathematically steered by the syllables?
Next time you hear a speech, see if you can spot the structural blueprint beneath the words. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.